Good morning. We are going to be talking about percent of change, which we've already done bell work problems on this. So this should not look new to you. So let's just jump right in. You're going to be able to find a percent of quantity. Remember, if you are a business owner and you mark items up, that would be an increase. If you go shopping and you get a discount on a pair of jeans of 40%, that is a decrease. So percent of change indicates how much a quantity increases or decreases. I'm just going to put an arrow up or an arrow down with respect to the original. Amount. Okay, so percent increase again, it goes, the increase is up, it goes, let's say from 100 to 120. This is where you have a business owner, and so it's high, the prices or the number is higher than what it was originally. A percent decrease is where the percentage is, the number is going to be lower than the original amount, like when you go shopping. So the percent of change, I don't do that. We don't do that. We do change over original equals percent over 100. And again, change means to subtract. Okay, so it says here, a school had 720 students enrolled last year. This year, 745 students enrolled. About what percent of the students did the number of students change from last year to this year? Well, look at it. It was last year was 720. This year is 740. So you have to make sure that you indicate that this is an increase because the numbers are going up. And what we do is we figure out how much did it change from 745 to 720. Well, that's 25 students over what was it originally, meaning before it changed, before it went up, it was 720 equals P over 100. And then we know to cross multiply. And we get 720P equals 2,500. Divide both sides by 720. And we get P is equal to approximately 3.5%. Okay, and that's an increase again. So the school enrollment increased 3.5%. The next one says find the percent decrease from 576 to 216. Okay, so we know we are going to write change over original equals percent over 100. So how much did they change? So take 576 minus 216 over the original number. Well, what was it originally before it decreased? It was 576. Okay, so when you subtract, you get 0, 6, and 360 over 576. And remember, this is a decrease. Okay, let's say you're going out and looking for a new video game system, and it was $576, and now it's $360. Well, now you know you can figure out what percent decrease you got it for. So we're going to go ahead and cross multiply. 576p equals 36,000. Divide both sides by 576. Now we know that this should be over 50%, right? Because this number is more than half of 576. Okay, so we're going to take 36,000 and divide by 576, and yes, you can use your calculator. So we get 62.5%, and that's a decrease. So that would be a good decrease if it was something that you wanted to have decreased, but you don't want your like stocks in the stock market to do that. Okay? All right, the next one is talking about ticket prices. A professional baseball team announces that the average ticket price to one of their games will be 8% more than last year. If the average price of a ticket was $12 last year, how much will the average ticket cost this year? So we know X is going to equal the ticket cost this year. Okay, and we've talked about this in class, but just like sales tax in Indiana, you have to pay 7%, right? So when you go up to the register with a $20 item, you're not just paying $20, you're paying all of that, which is 100%, plus you're also paying another 7%. So you could say you're paying 107%, okay? We're going to do the same thing. And if you look at this, the ticket cost this year is what we don't know. And it's going to equal the ticket cost last year, which was $12. Plus, now remember, we're going to have to pay that whole increase, which is 100%, or we're going to have to pay that whole ticket price, which is 100%, plus we're going to have to pay an additional 8%. So what percent are we really paying of it? We're paying 108%. Okay? So I'm going to take that back. This is going to be multiply, because if we just did it, I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so X is going to equal 12 times 108%, which is 12 times 1.08, and we get $12.96. Okay, this other way up here, right here, this is where you would have to pay the $12, and then you're adding on 8%. So we would have to take the $12 times the 8%, which is 0.08, okay, because it's an increase. So we're going to do 12 plus 12 times 0.08 is 96 cents. And that's where we can get $12.96 as well. So it doesn't really matter which one you use. If you understand the 108%, use that one. If you understand that you have to increase it 8% and add it back on, use that. All right, it says in 1990, the average price per pound of light chunk tuna was $2.11. By 2001, the average price per pound had decreased 7.1%. What was the average price per pound in 2001? Okay, X is the price in 2001. Okay, and logically, is that amount going to be bigger or smaller? It's going to be smaller because it's going down. Okay, so you could do this one of two ways again. You could take the price, 211, and you could multiply it by 7.1%, which is 0.071, which you can't read that. So it's 211 times 0.071, and then you could subtract it from $2.11. Okay, let's try that. So we took the price and we multiplied it by the percent it decreased, and we got about 15 cents. Okay, so that's how much it's decreasing. So I'm going to subtract the amount that it's decreasing, and we come up with $1.96. Does that make sense? Because the price is going to be lower, right? The other way you can do it is you can take, okay, $2.11. If it was on sale or at normal price, it would be 100%. But it's decreasing 7.1%. So what percent is that we are really paying of that? So you take 100 minus the 7.1 and you get, we're really getting 92.9% of the price. Okay, so change that to a decimal, 0.929 and multiply. And you still come up with the price of $1.96. So either way you guys want to do it, it's fine with me. Okay. It says find the percent increase. Okay, number one, if you just look at it, is it increasing or is it decreasing? The original and the new, you guys have to tell me it's increasing. How much did it increase? Well, what's the change? That would be what? 6 over the original 25 equals P over 100. And you cross multiply to solve. Number two, it is, the original is 150, the new is 195, so that is increasing. Okay, how much did it increase? Change 45 over 150 equals P over 100. Number 3 and 4, it says find the new amount. We're going to increase 54 by 25%. Okay, so we're going to take, there's 2 different ways to do it. I'm just going to show you one. I'm going to take 54 times 0.25, and I get 1350. And that it's an increase, like you're tipping somebody. Okay, you have to add it back on. You're going to take 54 plus 13.5, which is equal to 67.5. Oops. And then if it's decreasing 78% by 40%, I could take 78 times 0.4, and then I would get 31.2, but since it's decreasing, I need to take 78 minus 31.2, and I get 46.8. And again, you could have done those the other way. You could have taken 54 times 1.25, because you're increasing 100%. That's the 100% plus the 25%. This one, since you're decreasing at 40%, we would have had to take the 100% minus the 40%, which you could have taken 78 times 0.6, and you get the same answers. Okay? You guys are going to work on the assignment for today. It's page 355, and there's your assignment. So just use your notes.